Hi and welcome back to another one of my classes. My name is Lauren. This flow is just going to be nice, soft and energizing, a perfect little reset. So when you're ready, we'll meet sitting on our mat in a Sukhasana, cross-legged position, tall straight spine. Inhale to sweep your arms up to the ceiling, reaching out of the hips. And then as you softly exhale, plant your right hand onto the mat and sweep your body over for a nice side stretch. Come back up through the center, reaching over the other side, plant your left hand down and sweep your right arm up and overhead, really breathing into the ribs. Inhale to come up through neutral one more time, and we're just going to repeat this series. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. As you place your right hand down, reach your left hand over, and this time as you exhale, collapse your body down over your legs, stretching out through the back, and then just sweeping you up and over to the other side, bringing your right arm to reach over to the left. Repeating down, allowing the upper body to fall over the legs, plant the right hand and sweep the left arm up and over to eventually exhale, bring yourself back up to neutral. Gently place your hands on your knees and then move through some seated cat-cows in your own time. Inhale as you lift the chest to the sky, slightly raise the gaze, then exhale as you drop the chin to the chest, round through the back and curve the spine. Inhale, lift the gaze, open the chest, and exhale to round. Repeat this one more time. And then softly bringing yourself back up to that neutral seat one more time, lifting tall through the spine, shake it out, and slowly kicking your legs out in front of you. Keep a nice bend in the knees, and then slowly walk yourself down to a lying position so your back is flat to the mat and the soles of your feet are also flat to the mat. Shake out the hips, rock them side to side, and slowly bring them back through neutral, peeling off the right knee, bring the knee into the chest and exhale to extend the leg to the ceiling, flex into the foot and inhale, lower the leg to the ground. Bring it straight back in, knee to chest, inhale, extend to the ceiling, exhale to flex and lower. Repeat this a few times. Every time you move through this, you want to really extend the leg and straighten it as much as you can. Pointing the toes to the ceiling, flexing the foot, and then lowering with control. Hovering it 1 inch off the mat, and then placing it back down to swap over. You're going to peel your left knee into the chest, extend it to the ceiling, flex the foot, and exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, bring the knee to the chest, point through the toes, extend the leg, and flex and lower. Repeat this one more time. As you extend the leg long, flat to the mat, this time inhale, bring the knee into the chest, straighten the leg and keep it pointing to the ceiling. Lift the shoulders off the mat, engage the core, and then grab your leg with both hands behind the calf or behind the thigh, straighten the right leg and then kick it up into your body to swap legs. Continue to swap, moving through some scissor kicks and really engaging your core here just to fire up the abs. Go for 2 more. Exhale as you swap. Inhale, bring the knees to the chest, relax the head back down and slowly rock side to side. Keeping the knees bent here, cross the right leg over the left, cactus the arms by your sides to a 90-degree angle, and then exhale to roll your both knees over to the left, coming into a spinal twist. Feeling a nice stretch in your shoulder as well. And then slowly peel your legs back up through neutral. Swap them over. So you're going to put your left leg crossed over your right, and then keeping your arms where you are, just exhale and allow your legs to fall over to the right side, shifting your gaze over to the left and breathing through the nice stretch. Softly inhale as you lift your knees back up into center, unwind them, and then stretch your arms up and overhead, sweeping them and reaching them away from your body to give a nice stretch into the upper body, and then clasping onto your knees, rocking the full length of your spine up to seated, using that momentum, bringing you up to a seated position, keeping your legs to one side, sitting on your glutes as you sweep your right arm up and over, just coming through a nice side stretch once again. Lift your spine back up through neutral and swing your legs around the other side just to get an even stretch through both side bodies. Lift your left arm up and over, plant your right hand on the mat and stretch out the ribs. Exhale to come back up through neutral. Plant your palms at the top of your mat now and shift yourself into a nice all fours position, meeting for a moment in tabletop. With a nice long spine, tuck your toes, push your hips back onto your heels, walk your hands back towards your body, and then slowly roll up, coming into first that forward fold, dropping your heels to the mat, and then eventually using vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up to a nice standing position, standing tall, long through the spine. Check that posture. Inhale, and we're going to roll down again, tucking our chin to our chest slowly and in your own time. Give me a nice generous bend into the knees, plant the palms, and exhale to roll back up. Repeat this again. Tuck the chin to the chest, let the arms hang long, the head hang long, and then generously, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, creating some mobility in the spine. Once you get to standing, reach your arms up to the ceiling and exhale for that forward fold. Inhale, fingertips come to the shins, halfway lift, and plant the palms as you walk them back out to the top of the mat, meeting in a plank position. From plank, we're going to lift our hips as we release our left hand back to touch our right foot for some foot taps. Reaching back and then coming back into your plank, and repeating on the other side. Left hand touches right foot, and keep moving through this in your own pace and rhythm, using your core to bring you back into that nice strong plank before swapping over the other side. I'm going to do 4 more. And then after your last toe tap, coming back to plank, and then reaching the hips high to the ceiling, taking a moment in our first downward dog. Pedal out the heels here and relax everything. Before lifting high up onto the tippy toes, gently lowering your knees to the mat with control, and then walking your hands long to come through a puppy pose. From here, you're going to lift, release your right arm, send it under the left side body, and drop your shoulder to the mat for a nice thread the needle stretch. If you want to continue with a bind, lift the left arm up and over, tucking it behind your back. And exhale to gently release the left arm back to the mat. Push yourself back up to that puppy pose position. To continue on the other side, bring your left arm underneath the right side body. And if you went through a bind on the other side, go ahead and wrap your right arm around your back to wherever is most comfortable for you. Release the left arm from underneath the body and push back into your puppy pose one more time before gently bringing yourself back up to that all fours position once again. Plant the palms firmly, lift your right leg off and extend it behind you. Exhale to bend the knee, bring it right up into the chest, and then release it forward, stepping the foot up in between the hands, coming into a nice low lunge. Inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lift out of that front hip. And inhale, lower as you cactus the arms. Inhale to stretch, lifting out of the front leg. And then exhale to bend, really deepening that stretch in the back hip. Once again, lift and extend the arms. Exhale to cactus the arms and bend. Holding the stretch in your low lunge as you extend your right arm across your chest, hooking it into the elbow of your left arm, feeling a nice stretch across the upper right arm. Release the arms, shake them out, and then plant them on the mat to extend out of your front leg, flexing into that foot, feeling a nice stretch to the hamstrings. And lower back into that front knee, extend the right arm up to the sky for an easy twist, and then kick the back leg into the hand, grasping it and pulling it closer to the glutes for a thigh stretch. Exhale to release, swing the right arm back down to the mat, plant the foot, tuck the back toes, and step back to your plank. Lower your knees and repeat on the other side. As you inhale, extend the left leg long behind you, bend up into the chest, release that foot in between the hands, And then as you continue from your low lunge, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale to lift out of the hips, extending the arms. And then as you inhale, lower the hips and cactus the arms down by your side. Inhale to extend the arms and lift. Exhale, lower and cactus the arms. One more time, lifting out of the hips. And the last time as you lower the hips, letting gravity do the work, sitting in the stretch, releasing your arms down, so sending your left arm straight across your body, hooking it into your right elbow and pulling it for a nice stretch. Exhale to release the arms, plant them down either side of your front foot, allowing your front leg to extend, flexing into the foot and breathing into that nice hamstring stretch. Inhale to bend back into the front foot. Right hand plants down to the mat. You release your left arm up to the ceiling before kicking the right leg into the glute and catching it with your left hand. Stretching as much as is comfortable for you. And on your next exhale, slowly release. Swing the left arm around and down to plant back onto the mat. Tuck the back toes and step it back to your plank. Eventually pushing the hips back to a downward facing dog. One quick deep breath here as you send your gaze to the top of your mat and slowly take baby steps where we'll meet in our forward fold at the top of our mat. From our forward fold, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae to standing. Once we meet in our standing position at the top of your mat, roll your shoulders back, check your posture, and inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, release, and then splay your arms right out in front of you. Your right arm is going to swing under the left, and then bend both elbows in together. Your palms twist around to face each other as much as they can, and gently lift your elbows higher to feel a deep stretch into the shoulders as you exhale and sit back into that nice chair pose, lowering the glutes. Peeling the right foot off, now you're going to lift the right leg and sit it on top of the left thigh, lowering your glutes once again to come into standing figure four pose, taking a moment in a really nice balancing pose while also stretching out the glutes. Releasing the right leg down and folding forward. Inhale to lift, fingertips come to the shins. And exhale, softly forward fold. Sweep your arms up and overhead as you drop your glutes back. As we bring ourselves into an eagle pose, cross the right leg over the left, keeping a generous bend in both knees. Tap the right toes down to balance, and then cross your arms just as we did before. So the right arm sweeps under the left elbow, and then you bend into the elbows, allowing the palms to touch. If you want to further with your balance here, you can tuck your right toes all the way around the left leg. Once it still feels comfortable, and then exhale to gently release, plant the right foot back down, come up to standing, reach your arms up and overhead, and release everything down, shake it out, and we'll repeat this on the other side. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead, and exhale, release them down by your side to send them out in front of you, crossing them over. So this time the left arm comes underneath the right, bending into both elbows and twisting the palms around so they touch. Feeling a nice deep stretch in the shoulders. On your next in-breath, lower your glutes back slightly, put the weight into your heels, and then lift off your left leg. Sit your left foot just on top of the right thigh and lower once again, keeping that nice strong position in the arms. Gently release it down. Release the hands, plant the left foot down, meet in a forward fold. Fingertips come to shins, lift halfway before inhaling, sweeping the arms up and overhead, sending the glutes back, taking a moment in chair pose before recreating the eagle arms, left arm under right, crossing your left knee over your right leg and lowering down, holding it in that eagle pose as far as you want to go. You can either tap your left toes just onto the other side of the mat or tuck them around the right leg completely. Find a point of focus in front of you to help you hold this pose nice and strong. Take one final breath cycle in this pose. And as you exhale, uncross the legs, plant them down onto the mat, release the hands down to come up and overhead, and exhale for a forward fold. Bend the knees and walk the hands out to the top of the mat, and then walk the feet back, sending the hips high for a downward dog. Sighing it out through the mouth before lifting high up onto the tippy toes, rippling the body forward through plank, lowering to your chaturanga, sending it up for an up dog, and then hips high for downward dog. Walking your hands back to your feet now from downward dog, from this forward fold, peeling up vertebrae by vertebrae, where we'll meet standing. Wherever you are on your mat, we'll face the front. Ground strong into your mat, bend your knees, sweep your arms down to come up. Inhale, forward fold. Plant the palms and step the feet as wide as the sides of the mat, and then lower your glutes all the way down to the mat, coming into a nice malasana pose. If this is slightly uncomfortable, you can put a pillow or a towel or a book under your heels. Bring your hands together in prayer. And as we move through this pose, there's going to be two variations, so you can continue with a spinal stretch, extending one arm up to the ceiling and then repeating on the other side, or binding around the back, or else we can move through crow pose. As we slowly talk through it, you're going to plant your palms down onto the mat, lift high up onto your heels. As you place your knee or your shin onto the back of your triceps, keeping a generous bend into your elbows, and then lower your weight forward. Your head is going to feel like it's really close to the mat, but once you're strong into the arms, you can try it, you can come out of it and do it again. Reset, put the heels down, lift your hands off, and then once again plant your palms. You can keep your toes on the mat and just test out the weight. In your own time, release your heels back down. We're going to jump back into a plank pose. There's no rush out of this pose if you did want to practice your crow pose. But from here, if you've continued into our plank position, we're going to gently lower with control all the way to the mat. Place your hands at the front of your mat, one on top of the other, and gently lower your forehead to rest on your hands for just a moment. Re-engage with your breath. On your next inhale, bend your right heel in towards your glutes. Reach back with your right hand and just softly pull your foot into your glutes. If you feel this stretch in your thigh, you can continue there. Or if you want to go a bit deeper, you can slightly lift your knee off and you'll feel a deeper stretch into the front leg. If you've lifted your knee off, lower with control and release the hand from the foot, bringing the hand back around for your forehead to gently rest. As you repeat on the other side, kick the left knee into the left glute and reach the left hand back, pulling it in for a nice stretch. If you lifted your knee on one side, you can go ahead and do on the other, whichever feels most comfortable. And exhale to release the hand from the foot. Bring the hand around to the front of the mat, plant your palms underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up and back onto your heels, swinging your legs around to face the front of your mat, and gently scooching yourself forward. So you're sitting more towards the top of your mat, generously bending into your knees, soles of your feet on the mat, and then lower with control, coming into a lying down position, peeling the knees into the chest and rocking side to side. Coming into a happy baby position here, taking hold of each big toe, opening out your knees and letting gravity do the work as they fall towards the mat. A really nice stretch to release out the hips. On a final exhale to side out through the mouth, release the toes and extend the legs long to the ceiling before lowering them gently to the mat, peeling them back into the chest, peeling the shoulders off and rocking up all the way to a seated position on your mat. Once again, taking your time, we'll meet together in a cross-legged Sukhasana position, sitting with a tall, strong spine. Sweep your arms down to come up, lifting your gaze, and then lowering your hands out in front of you, relaxing your upper body down over your legs. One last time. on a final exhale, sigh it out through the mouth as you walk your hands back into your body, coming up to that tall spine. Bring your hands together in prayer, and we'll finish our class with a namaste, bowing your head to your hands and just thanking yourself for showing up. Thank you so much for taking another one of my classes. I hope you feel reset after this nice soft flow, and if you do want weekly classes, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.